I decided I wanted to practice law when I was a child. I wanted to be Matlock. I wanted to be Perry Mason. I wanted to be in the courtroom defending people or whatever it was. I just wanted to be a lawyer. And then life happens, and then relationships happened, and I decided that maybe now I'm not smart enough to be a lawyer, or I'm not good enough to be a lawyer. And so I kind of let all that fall by the wayside. I watched my dad go through a Social Security disability situation. I watched my mom get hit by an 18-wheeler. All those cases that they were involved in and that I wanted to be able to help, but I had decided that I just was not smart enough or good enough. So I floated through college. I got a degree in music, and then I got a master's degree in business, and I was sitting there teaching gymnastics to little bitty kids at different daycares and running around with, big old mats of things that kids roll on, in my car one night, and just was devastated. I was in a position where my marriage was falling apart. I had a little boy. He was teeny tiny at the time. And here I was making $14 an hour, driving around in my little two-door Honda Civic with a bunch of snotty gymnastics mats in my car. And I just wrote down and said, God, what am I supposed to do with my life? I need it in glaring color, with flashing lights and the whole 9 yards. And it was just as clear as if God were sitting in this room with me today. He said, I want you to go to law school. And of course, being human, I argue with God. God, you know I can't go to law school. Here my marriage is falling apart. I have this toddler. Somebody's got to work. Somebody's got to make money. How am I supposed to do this? And it was, like I said, just as clear. Amber, are you going to do what I asked you to do or not? You need to go to law school and help hurting people. And that's what I want from you. And after I kind of took that in and took a deep breath and said, all right, God, if this is really what you want from me, then this is what I'm going to do. So I went home that night and I started looking at law schools and how much law school costs and what my options were going to be. And I settled on Birmingham School of Law, not because I didn't think I could get into Alabama or Cumberland or one of the other bigger law schools, but because I knew that I was about to be a single parent and I was going to have to work full-time during the day and go to law school at night. And after talking to some of my professors from college and such, they said, Amber, just do it. Even if you can't practice law in some other state for some period of time, just do it. Just take that leap. So I applied to law school at Birmingham, and I was accepted. I started looking for a job in a law firm, and within 2 weeks, I was offered a job at a personal injury law firm in Birmingham. And I thought for sure, this is it. This is exactly what God meant for me to do. He said, help hurting people. I have a job now in a firm that helps hurting people. I'm in law school. It's all going to work out great. And after about 16 months of working in this personal injury law firm, I'd ended up in the hospital twice from the stress of trying to work in this personal injury firm with clients that I didn't really feel as called to help as I thought I would, considering, my dad's Social Security disability stuff and my mom's car accident. I thought, surely I'm going to feel this connection to these people. And I just wasn't feeling that connection like I thought I would. And I was sitting in class one night and my buddy Guy McCombs looks at me and says, tomorrow you're going to go interview with Judge Ferguson in the domestic relations court, and he's going to offer you a job. And I said, I haven't applied for a job. He said, just go. And so the next morning I got up and I went in there with my resume and I put on my suit and I was all ready to go. And I see Judge Ferguson and I said, Your Honor, I'm here to apply for a job. And he says, I just need to know when you can start. And I said, but don't you want my resume? Don't you want to know more about me? He goes, I already know everything I need to know about you from God. Just when can you start? And I told him it would be about 2 weeks. And he asked me if it was going to take that long, and I told him that it would. And that's when God showed me that the hurting people I was supposed to help were not those that had been in an accident or who were, facing workers' comp issues or facing Social Security disability issues, but that the people that hurt more than anyone else are those that come before the domestic relations courts, that are dealing with their marriages falling apart, that their relationships are falling apart, and the ones who hurt the absolute most are children. And so that was when I believed that I finally saw God's calling in my life. And so now my why I do what I do is because I get to help hurting people Everybody who walks through our door is hurting in some way, and I have the opportunity to serve them and to try to bring some peace to their lives. As part of what we do here in our firm, we help same-sex clients get divorces just like we help heterosexual clients get divorces. We help same-sex couples adopt just like we would help a heterosexual couple to adopt. Just because we are called as Christians to do this work for God doesn't mean we are here to judge anyone. We've been given so much grace, and our job is to give grace to others, and our job is to be here to not judge you, but to help you and guide you through the process. If you're facing divorce or other family law matters, such as child custody, child support, adoption, and more, we want to help. New life, new direction, new beginnings.